So I'm here in Santa Barbara with Karen, who was mashing me after my stretch. But Karen has a daughter who's, what, 15?
She just turned 14.
14, and she's a lung thymus, just like Hannah is.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about how to deal with lungs.
Yeah.
But specifically a daughter, a girl at that age.
So I think the biggest takeaway for me with the lung is the most important thing is the truth. So never hiding the truth, even if it's awkward for you to express the truth. If they know the truth underlining most situations, they'll be more comfortable.
Yeah.
The thing is their unconscious is control. So they'll really control themselves in situations. The truth, that silly sentence, truth sets you free, but for the lung, it gives them power. And that's one of their main traits, is feeling powerless or having power. So they feel more power when they know the truth. And what that kind of is defined by is if you're hiding something and you think you are hiding it and you think you're, keeping it under wraps, the lung will know. And then there's an unspoken thing that they don't understand, and that scares them. And then they'll drop out.
Wow.
They won't even interact with you. So I found throughout my life with my daughter, I empower her by telling her truths that sometimes are uncomfortable for me. I, when she was very young, would tell her when older men were looking at her so that she would understand her power.
Wow.
So that's happening. And if you notice it and don't say anything to your child, you're actually doing them a disservice because you're setting them up in a world that doesn't have that. And our world has that.
Yeah.
So even if it's uncomfortable, that's an uncomfortable thing. But early on, I let my daughter know that she has power over men. And so to be really responsible with that power. And so to be responsible, you have to know the truth, right? It's not an ego thing. Oh, they're looking at me, right? It's a, you need to know where you are in space and how you are affecting other people.
Sure.
The other thing I have found with the lung is they tend to be macabre. They like the darker side. They like dark humor. They like scary movies. They like edgy things that make them look more powerful. So when she was even 4 or 5, dragons to her were scary, but she loved them and it gave her power. Same with snakes. Things that other people are like kind of, right? So, but on the darker side, a little macabre.
Yeah.
Passive aggressive. I find the best time to talk is when I walk with my daughter. So when we go on walks, I just shut the fuck up and she talks the whole time.
Yeah.
And so listening is huge when they're ready to talk.
Yeah.
When a lung is ready to talk and you're holding your phone, you put your phone down.
Yeah.
And you listen.
Yeah.
Because it's rare, especially in the teens. They're going to talk less and less and less to you.
Yeah.
So on those moments, respect them.
Okay.
That's another thing, letting them know that you see their power, right, is really important because it validates them, right?
Yeah.
So I'd say on a whole, the hardest part for me is when my daughter has something on her mind. It's the stuff she doesn't tell me. And then I try to go in, and the more I do, the more she's like, stay away from me. And then 4 or 5 days later, she'll be like, so at school, this person did this and this. And then I go back in time and I'm like, oh, that's what that was. And I get to unravel it a little bit. But they go stoic so that you don't see emotion. So that you don't have power over them.
Oh, okay.
So they don't want to be seen as vulnerable.
Okay.
But that's where true power is.
Cool.
So to get them to be able to be with their vulnerable side is really difficult, but important.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.